Coach, after reviewing the tape from Saturday, complete defensive effort. You've had two or three of those this season and other big-time halves. What is your biggest analysis of how the defense played on Saturday?
Well, I thought we played extremely hard. I had a lot of extra effort plays that were made that enabled us to get out in transition. I thought one thing we didn't do a great job of that's been kind of one of the staples of our team is we didn't defend the three well. They were 10 to 23, shot 44% behind the arc. But other than that, I just thought the effort was good, and we were able to limit them to one shot for the most part, which at times has been just an average part of our game this year.
You talk about that three-point defense. SEMO came in second in the conference. I think they were yielding about 33% from three, and you guys were also very effective from there. Was it just that kind of game where everybody was able to kind of get back and make a three, and you guys capitalized?
Well, I just thought, we finally stepped up and knocked down some open ones, but I thought the floor was spread from an offensive standpoint for us because Darnell's been able to score the ball so well in the post. They were double teaming him, and other than one poor pass out of the post, I thought he did a good job of getting the ball moved, and that led to some open threes. They kind of had a little bit of a soft trap on Ja off the ball screens, and Ja made the right play out of those traps, and that led to just some 4-on-3 opportunities where I thought our decision-making was good and led to some open looks from behind the arc.
Darnell has taken over as the team's leading rebounder. It was Ja for obviously quite a while, and a couple other guys also chipping in really close to about 5 or 6. He's now taken over as the top rebounder. I know we've talked a lot about his development, but how critical has his rebounding become as a successful part of this team?
Well, I think it's been really important. Both him and KJ have really rebounded the ball at a high level all season long. And I think Darnell just continues to get better every time out. You see his skill level, his ability to score around the goal, his passing. But then I think not only on the defensive glass, but he had 4 offensive rebounds in each game this weekend, and usually those are leading to easy putback layups. So I think it's very important that we were able to create some second opportunities.
Last week you had, in both games, you had somebody else score 20 points outside of Ja. In the first game it was Darnell, and the second it was Tevin. How big is it for your team from an offensive standpoint where defenses don't have to single in on a second guy outside of Ja that can go off and score 20 points a night?
Oh, I think it's been critical to our success all season long. I mean, we've had 4 guys in double figures all season. I think that balance where you can't just key in on one player or 2 players, I think is really important. And if you look at the top teams in our league, they all have that type of balance where multiple guys can hurt you, not only on the perimeter but also in the post. So, I think it's always critical, and especially as you start getting into late February, early March.
I know that a lot of basketball has been played since you guys met up with Moorhead to start the conference season. They've been playing some pretty solid basketball, have a couple of really tough losses against some good teams. What's some differences that you've seen in Preston's team heading up to Moorhead?
They're playing very well. Played 2 really good games at Jacksonville State, and then last Saturday at home against Austin Peay. They're coming off the win on Saturday on the road at Tennessee Tech. Well, I think Jordan Walker's played at such a high level here in league play. He's about 17 points a game. Then you have your 2 seniors, Lamontre Harris and Hicks at the point, who have been really good in conference play. And then here of late, like Baker, their starting 4-man who can really shoot the ball. He scored 20 on Saturday in their win over Tennessee Tech. So I think they play extremely hard. They have multiple guys who can score. And I think Jordan Walker and Harris have proven to be 2 of the top players in our league.
With these games this week, obviously you want to finish out 2-0, but is there any thinking ahead, maybe as far as just seeding and maybe matchups that are more favorable, or are you just more focused on this week?
No, we always just focus on the task at hand, and for us right now, we have 3 days here to get better as a team. We're running out of days to get better. We've got 4 practices this week, and we need to take advantage of those and keep improving our team. And then the second part of that is we're focused in on trying to find a way to win at Morehead State in what will be a very challenging game on Thursday.
Is it refreshing or exciting, or I don't know, maybe you have a good word for it, to see the entire team contribute on a game like Saturday night when you see 1 through 12, 1 through 13 get up and be a big part of a big win this late in the season? Does that tell you something as a coach that the buy-in is really good?
Well, I was excited to see everybody come in and contribute. We've got great character in our locker room, guys who work extremely hard. As we talk about all the time, it's hard to play 11, 12 guys, I think, in college basketball. So I wasn't surprised at all, but I was very pleased with our bench play on Saturday. We scored 30 points in the last 10 minutes of the game with a lot of substitutes on the floor. And I hope they take a lot of confidence from that because they played very well.
2 seniors. We probably won't have a lot of time to talk to you between now and what's going to happen with coming up with Saturday. But what has it meant for you as a head coach and this program to see guys like Shaq, Breon Sanctius, and I know Anthony's kind of in that strange mix too as a senior. What have they meant to this program?
Well, senior day is always a special day. I think it's why you coach. Hopefully to have an opportunity to make an impact in your players' lives. It's always about the players here at Murray State. So, with Breon's case, a 4-year player for us, be playing his last home game on Saturday. He's been a big part of our rebuild as we restructured our roster and rebranded the culture of our program. He's been a big part of that and has been just terrific, to have in the program. And then with Shaq, I think, we can describe all his athleticism, his defensive ability and all that, and it's great. But at the end of the day, he's a winner. The guy's a warrior. He's come in here and worked extremely hard. He's impacted our team on and off the court. And his record reflects what he's meant to Murray State basketball in his 2 years here. So, it's a special day that we get to celebrate them, and I know it'll mean a lot to them seeing a great crowd in here on Saturday.